It is time once again for another Gaming Off the Grid monthly recap. In today's video, we are recapping the month that was January 2023. What are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking Tip the Cow Vanilla Bean Edition. This is a cocoa espresso milk stout.
All right, vanilla?
Bean? Cows?
I don't know. You guys know the drill. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell icon so you never miss one of our wacky weekly uploads. And sit back, relax, pour yourself a cow if you care to. Milk
and
yourself a cow if you care.
over.
Yeah. And stay tuned for this episode of Gaming Off the Grid.
Welcome to Gaming Off the Grid! Boom shakalaka!
Here we go. The end of January 2023. It came and went like that, vanished like a fart in the wind.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Wow. It's still winter, but it's almost spring.
Yeah.
We're chipping our way through the year. It's freaking crazy.
Another solid month of winter, and then we might start seeing some niceness around here.
I can't freaking wait, but we had another February coming our way.
Yeah.
Another February sows.
This is the monthly recap. We always start off shouting out a channel that we think is doing great things. This month, it's a new channel to us
Yeah.
that we just recently discovered, and that's JRPG Life.
Yes.
We discovered this channel via Mort's Garage because I think Mort helped edit and was in a video of theirs. So that's
about
how we,
the N64.
yeah, and that's how we found them. They're a two-person channel. I'm not sure if they're together or just friends, but they make amazing content. They got the 3 Ps: passion, personality, and production. They mostly do like game hunting videos and stuff like that, but they're fun to watch.
They also do some topical stuff too, and I really enjoy it. I like their editing. I like their presence. And I just like hearing them talk about games and stuff.
And I always like, finding new channels and new people to be like, oh, cool. What's your perspective on X topic, X game,
for sure.
So if you guys haven't checked out JRPG Life, go freaking check them out. We'll have a link below and then a card thing that'll pop up.
Up and coming channel, for sure. Video of the month. This is a funny one because this is kind of old, and I don't even know how long it's been on YouTube, but the content is really, really old.
Probably.
It's got to be from the early 90s, maybe 80s.
Maybe late 80s.
But it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen, and it's the Old Country Buffet training video.
Yes. So,
you like hot fudge sundaes?
If you're old enough, or you were around in the area, Old Country Buffet used to be this awesome buffet thing, and I loved going there when I was a kid. But
what grade of school are you in?
apparently, if you got hired there back in the day, you had to watch this video.
Yeah.
Especially if you were learning how to be a
meat
cutter. Learn how to talk to customers. We've used a couple clips and videos leading up to this. This video, it's like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
maybe? It's long, but highly recommend.
Yeah, and the guy, he's just sweating balls the entire video. It's just amazing.
What grade are you in at school?
Or this.
Have you decided what dessert you're going to have?
Or this.
Do you like hot fudge sundaes?
Out of all the guys they could have picked to do what he's doing, don't pick him.
Yeah, it's just
He does
amazing.
not know how to talk to children.
Or customers in general.
And he's sweating.
It's just amazing. You have to check it out for yourself, and you can thank us later. That's our video of the month.
It's so stupid. But now we gotta move on to video game of the month. And this one is easy, because we beat it recently. And that is the Butthole Punisher. Or I mean the Punisher on OG Xbox. God, this game badass.
Such a great game.
Holy
I think a lot of
shit.
people remember it as a PS2 game, which it is on PS2, and it's the same as the Xbox one. The reason we played it on Xbox is because it's backwards compatible with the 360, so we could get it looking really, really good, because a lot of the games from that era tend to kind of be dark.
Yeah, they're
And
very dark.
The 360 kind of gives a little more pizzazz,
Well,
I feel
I mean,
like.
the Punisher is a dark game.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
It's very dark.
Awesome game.
Dude.
One of the best superhero games I can remember playing in a long time. It's so fun, learning the interrogating mechanics, and just, I don't know, when you get like in rage mode, you just feel like you're a beast, and getting the shotgun and just popping
I will
dudes.
say, like, if you're a fan of like modern third-person shooters, it is kind of tough to go back to because there's no cover system.
Yeah.
Aiming's a little tough. There are some really tough boss fights where it's just like the final boss. You're like, what?
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
What am I supposed to do here?
But we beat it on stream, and it's such a badass game, dude. It's probably one of the best games from that era.
Yeah,
like it's so good.
Definitely a highly
Holy
recommended
crap.
game. I think it runs a little bit on PS2. Xbox price I don't think was too shabby.
Yeah, not too bad. So highly recommend The Punisher. And then I think our next goal is the Punisher on Genesis.
Yeah.
So
Gotta get it done.
co-op beat that.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to freaking comment of the month, and we have dos comentos.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if that's Spanish, but close enough. The first one is from Joe Hiles. He commented on our N64 buying guide that came out 2 years ago.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. But he said, you guys were spot on. Just bought an N64 and within 5 minutes came to the realization my nostalgia had overhyped the console. Still worth it for Pokemon Snap, Mario Kart, and the wrestling games though.
Hot take, Joe. Be careful.
Yeah, be careful. People love the N64. I really like this comment because, I mean, we kind of do shit on the N64, but I do think nostalgia overhypes it.
Yeah.
There are fun games, obviously, like Pokemon Stadium, Mario Kart, wrestling games, Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's tough to go back to, and especially if you're going back for nostalgia reasons, it just doesn't feel the
You fire it up and you're like,
ooh, rough.
great.
Where do
I
I
have
put-
great nostalgia for the N64.
Where do I put my hands?
Yeah, yeah.
And then the other comment, this one we just had to include. This is from Todd. This is on our game hunting video from
Yeah.
January. He just said, please tell me that Backslider shirt is a Toady shirt. That's all it was.
I just had to include this because I love it when I cross paths with fellow Toadies fans, and you really got to be a diehard Toadies fan to see that shirt
Dude, that shirt is badass,
and
though.
think of the almighty album that is Rubberneck by the Toadies. And yes, it is a Toady shirt. Down, I think, on like close to the base of the shirt's a little Toadies logo. So
I just love the font and the
Yeah.
simplicity,
Yep.
and, oh, dude, it's a killer
yeah,
fucking
if
shirt.
I was thinking I would have wore it for this video, so you guys would know what the hell I'm talking about. But nonetheless,
Maybe we'll have B-roll or
yeah,
something.
hey, something like that.
But, man, it makes me want to listen to the album and watch the documentary on the
Yeah,
album.
yeah.
Such a good album.
Dark Secret, I think. That's what it's
Yeah,
called.
something like that.
It's like a 20-minute documentary. Pretty awesome. Beer of the month, or we have to go with drink of the month because we did not do one beer review in January.
I think we did one.
Did we?
I think we did one. I can't quite remember. I mean, it was the $100 PS4 challenge, I think.
Okay.
We did a beer review.
Okay.
But we've kind of been talking about this for a while. We've done less beer reviews because our format's different, and like some videos don't allow for beer reviews.
Yeah.
We still drink, a lot.
Yeah.
So we're kind of expanding this category instead of just beer of the month to maybe drink of the month.
Yep.
Because we drink a lot of things. And this month
It's
is
water.
Yeah, you gotta stay hydrated. Don't drink alcohol. It's actually not, but it's water's in it probably. That's Templeton Rye, 4-year whiskey,
Yeah.
rye whiskey. Oh, dude, we love our whiskey, and this is Templeton Rye, very good, and 4-year.
Yeah.
It was.
Great winter brew. Or great winter whiskey.
Whiskey,
It
dude.
just hits the spot.
We had it for one of our football videos because I brought it to try and get a better team, and I still freaking lost. But that doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. What matters is the marriage certificate is real. She is mine.
It's so good. It's so like warming. I love when you take a sip of like a good scotch or a good whiskey
Yeah.
and just overcomes your
Yep.
body. It was freaking good.
And I gotta enjoy it while it lasts because February is gonna be a dry month for this cowboy.
Yeah, we gotta think of a fun name for Dry February.
Yeah.
Dry February. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Just doing it for fun. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
I mean, I did Traugust.
Yeah.
So.
Gotta love it. What's spinning? This is a new category that was suggested to us by some friends and Patreons and all that good stuff. And I think for both of us, we've listened to it in here a few different times. David Lowery, lead singer of Cracker, has a new solo album called Vending Machine.
Yes.
And it's like mostly an acoustic album.
Dude, this album's really good. I love his storytelling abilities and the way it's like, dude, how did he fit those words into a melody and like
Yeah.
all this stuff? And then what's really cool about this album is it's kind of like a reflective album
Yeah.
too. Like there's songs about like, back in the day when they
Cracker
were,
got signed,
yeah,
got big, and
it's
yeah.
just, dude, it's a really good album. It's not. I don't think it's on streaming. I don't think it's on. Like it,
I
it
think
might
you
be on
might be able to
YouTube.
stream it on Bandcamp, I think.
Okay.
Maybe, but I know that's not like a super popular thing. That a lot
But
of
it's
people
not
use,
going to
but-
be like on Spotify or Apple
Yeah.
Music and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a secret
Yeah,
release.
a little hidden gem.
But it's really freaking good. Yeah, that album's
Yeah,
really...
I think it just came out on. I think it came out New Year's Day.
Oh yeah,
so,
because
yeah.
he streamed it like
Yep.
New Year's Eve.
Yep.
Yeah. Highly recommend if you can find it. We'll find it and put a link in the description below so you can check it out. It's just a great album to put on in the background because it's like, a quieter acoustic
Yeah.
album, but it's still, the songs are really great. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, boner dog of the month. This one might be a little controversial. And I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers, but I'm so tired of scrolling through my YouTube feed and seeing these DK Oldies hate videos. And I've got a lot of different thoughts about it. And so I'm going to try to keep this brief, but there seems like there was this initial run on this topic of people who are really passionate about it. And then other YouTubers, whether they be big, small, middle-sized, whatever, are just like, oh, they're getting clicks, so now I have to talk about this. And that maybe speaks to a greater topic that drives me nuts on the platform, is people just chasing clicks.
Yeah.
Yes, and they don't even really probably care about DK Oldies, but they're just going to jump in and throw their 2 cents in there. And first off, most people's complaint with them is the price, okay? There's 2 main complaints, price and quality. Let me focus on price first, and then I'll jump into quality. On the price front, is DK Oldies coming to your house and putting a gun to your head and saying, hey, you have to buy this at this price?
Buy the N64 right now.
You've got choices. If it's too high priced, then don't buy it and just shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, like, who cares if they want to overprice things? That's their problem. You all probably have grocery stores in your town. You got an Aldi over here, a Walmart over here, and a higher end grocery store over here. And a bottle of ketchup is all different prices at all 3 of them. Do you walk around being a cynical prick because of that? Or do you just choose where you're going to buy your ketchup at? Okay? So number 1, we have choices as consumers. Do I think they're high priced? Yes, I do. But I also have something else as to why that could happen. DK Oldies has bought probably 50, 60 different video games and or consoles from my eBay store.
Personally.
And they pay market pricing plus shipping. So if he's got to get his inventory that way, he can't sell it to you at what he bought it from me for. Think. Number 2, the quality. You know what? Quality, if the quality's not there, that does suck. But everybody looks at things like in a vacuum and they don't have any perspective. They've never ran a business. They don't understand. When you try scaling a business or a business starts to grow, which DK Oldies is growing, I gotta assume the YouTube videos they put out are huge and everybody's trying to kick him in the nuts.
Yeah.
The hardest thing to do when you are scaling a business is maintain your quality.
Yep.
Because things grow faster than you can keep up with them. And this, I got to assume, is a pretty small operation. It's not easy, folks, to have a Big Mac in China taste the same as a Big Mac in Des Moines, Iowa does. That's not easy. You may sit there on the other side of your screen and be like, oh, yeah, it's simple. It's not, and you've never done it. You have no idea what's going on.
You've never done it.
So shut up. Like, seriously, maybe the quality is slipping because I'm guessing it's growing faster than they can keep up with. And when they used to refurbish consoles, maybe they don't have the time to anymore. And they don't have the manpower or the capacity to go change the listings and all this stuff on their webpage. There's more to running a business than most people can even freaking comprehend. So just settle down. If you don't like DK Oldies, don't buy from DK Oldies.
It's that simple.
But why do you got to be the town crier?
Running
to
around.
Get
clicks, that's why.
Yeah.
Dude, what I don't understand is everyone's so upset about it, but it's convenience, I feel like, because obviously you can go on DK Oldies' website and they have all these options, and they have all... You want a freaking green N64? He probably has it. You want a purple N64? He has variants and options and convenience. If you want to try and find one in the wild for way cheaper, it might take you a while. So you're paying a little bit more just so you can get it right now.
Yeah.
So I feel like that has value, and obviously that applies to every... You can order food right now. You're going to pay more for it, but it will come right to your door.
Yeah.
Convenience.
Yeah.
I think you're paying for convenience because he has the inventory to do that. I don't know. It's so dumb when I open YouTube or I just see video after video of the same topic, and it's just like, why are people talking about
I just don't get us wanting to be so mad all the time. Like, really? You are so ruffled by a video game website that you have to make a video about it.
I think it comes down to they couldn't think of any other ideas.
Yeah.
They're not creative, you know.
It's just annoying.
Yeah.
And when's it going to stop? I don't know.
I don't think it ever stops because no matter what the topic is, if a topic starts trending, people jump on it,
Yeah.
dude. And they might not even know what they're talking about, but they're jumping on the
Yeah.
topic, and it's so stupid.
So basically, anybody that wants to go down that rabbit hole and just complain to complain. We have so many bigger fish to fry in this world. I don't know. I don't get it.
So many other things to do.
I don't get it. I can't even comprehend, like, sitting down and even taking the time to make a video on the topic. So we have this little segment on people who make videos on the topic because they're annoying.
Yes.
But let's shift gears into something a little more positive and talk about what we've had on from a visual standpoint in the game room in January.
Yes, so we have one in the game room, and then we have two separate ones out of the game room. I think that's kind of fun to just talk about, like, what we're doing. And so in the game room, obviously, it's January. It's the NFL playoffs.
Yep.
It's been really fun. Wildcard weekend, have them on Saturday, Sunday games. Championship round, have them. Divisional weekend, I couldn't think of the name. It's just fun to have football on because the games have been really cool, and it's cool to just, I don't know, just watch.
It's good background noise.
Yeah,
While we're editing.
Football is really fun, and then, dude, you've been diving deep into freaking Twilight Zone.
Yeah, Twilight Zone has been my jam. I've been most nights before bed watching an episode or two of Twilight Zone. The old ones, and they're really good. And anybody that maybe wants to revisit it, there's a little app called Pluto TV, and it's free. And the Twilight Zone's on there for free. So.
Dude, I grew up watching the Twilight Zone, and I love how the twists and like it's not necessarily spooky or like creepy, like Tales from the Crypt is kind of spooky.
Yeah.
And Twilight Zone is just more like, whoa, didn't see that coming.
Yeah, and
there's a couple of spooky episodes, but
and for the most part, it doesn't apply universally. But I feel like for the most part, the topics are kind of timeless.
Yes,
which is nice for a show that's that old.
It kind of looks into human life and human behavior. It kind of, I think Twilight Zone definitely like inspired like Black Mirror. If you've ever seen that, like it's like a twist on like what could happen.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of the show Community. It's just a show.
I've never jumped into that.
Oh, dude, it's one of the most underrated shows ever. It's just about a community college, and it is awesome. It is so funny.
And so you've seen it before?
Yes.
And you're just like revisiting it.
I've watched it so many times, and so but I started it again in January. 6 seasons. It came out like in 2009. They did 6 seasons, and then they got canceled. But they're in production of a movie right now.
Okay.
So I'm 6 seasons in a movie. That's the thing. If you know, you know. And yeah, Community's so good. I think it's on Netflix. That's why I'm watching it.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Dude, the first season's like normal. It's just like about character development, and then it gets weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Like you're like, what? So I love that show. Now let's move on to a new category. Wow, we keep adding categories to this. Since these are obviously Patreon videos, unlisted to people so you can still watch them, I guess. We added a Patreon Q&A section. So we'll probably answer 1 or 2 questions a month.
Yeah.
If you want to ask us questions, head on over to Patreon. I put a feed up, or you can send us a message on Patreon to ask us a question. We got 2 this month that we want to talk about. The first one is from our buddy Tumo. So he has 2 questions, but then the first question we answered in a collab video.
Yeah.
So his second question was, what are your thoughts on the current state of WWE?
It's loaded. I got to try keeping it fairly brief because I've been a fan since 1989 was when I first started remembering watching wrestling, and I was really way into it till about 99 or 2000, and then just kind of on the outside looking in from there. And I know the rumors of it possibly being sold. Vince is out, then Vince is back in.
Stephanie quit and left.
But I don't think it's ever been worse. I think the fact that it became publicly traded was poor. Just looking at the roster, and this is like, I'm not talking or speaking from a perspective of this is what I thought of the product when I was a kid, because I've rewatched the old stuff and it still is really good. I still think it's good. It's not like when I went back and watched the Power Rangers and was like,
Well, I can kind of second that because I didn't watch wrestling growing up, but in the past 5 years or so that we started the channel, I've gotten into wrestling. Wrestling has become one of my favorite things now, which is absolutely insane because I have no nostalgia for it. And the old stuff is so good.
Yeah. Some of the characters now, like, they don't do anything. Dexter Lumis is the only guy on the roster that I find believable at this point.
I don't even know that name.
Bray Wyatt.
I love Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, there's a few. So I shouldn't say the only person, Finn Balor, things like that. But a lot of these guys, like, I look at a person like Ricochet and think about him being on the roster in 1990 or 1997. It's like, they wouldn't even be able to have a match with D'Lo Brown. Like, they would have never fit on. And it's like, there's just, the characters are horrible, the promos are horrible. The best thing they have going from a promo is Paul Heyman, and he's a manager. Like, they can't talk.
That's because he's been around for a while. He knows
just
what he's
lost its luster, its passion. I think they're recruiting athletes as opposed to pro wrestlers.
Well, they're recruiting freaking celebrities.
Yeah.
Like Jake Paul is
Yeah.
now a signed wrestler. I mean, he's decent.
I
but
just think that they've missed this, that with this NXT and this training center and all this, they missed the value of a guy like Jake the Snake Roberts, although not the greatest athlete, but one of the best sellers of all time.
Yes.
And one of the best
Oh,
looks
dude.
of all time.
when he's cutting
and-
a promo, you go, oh shit.
But Jake didn't get to the WWF till he'd been grinding in the territories, on the road, barely could eat, sleeping in cars. He had 1,500 to 2,000 promos before he was ever on WWF programming. And now we're just seeing the product of the territories being gone and no competition. And I think AEW is better, but it's not great either. I think people are grasping, wanting to say it's like the Attitude. It's not even close, guys. It's not even close.
They got some good stuff.
They do,
But one thing that I don't really like about it, and I don't watch it really at all. Like we watch like we watch the Royal Rumble and the WrestleMania and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I see stuff on the internet. The fact that Roman Reigns is always he's always the champion.
Yeah.
He's always gonna win. He's like no. It's just like dude. And
and I think
when he goes up against somebody and it's like. That guy's not gonna beat him.
Yeah,
He's gonna win again. And
Yeah.
it's just like, dude, that's all they have. And they keep bringing back, like John Cena's back. I think John Cena's on the cover of the new WWE game.
yeah.
What? He's the main guy. Like I don't know what they're
I know
doing.
people like Roman Reigns. I think he's middle of the road at best. I don't think if that's your main guy, you're in trouble.
You're struggling.
I think the product's in trouble. I don't think it matters if they sell it or they don't sell it. Will it be good for it? Probably not. Will it be any worse for it than it currently is? Probably not. I just don't know that it's ever going to recover to what it was.
I don't.
That's my thoughts
think
on
it's,
that.
It's lost its passion. It's just now a business.
I could do an hour and a half shoot on the whole thing and go way deep, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, because we got another question. This is from our buddy Scepter. He said Capcom or Konami. Simple.
I guess he's probably saying just for a lifetime.
But I think it breaks down to generation. I think it's
'Cause
tough.
current
I'm gonna say
day-
current day Capcom.
For sure.
Konami's been I don't know. Silent Hill might be the resurrection.
Yeah.
They might be coming back, but current Konami, as much as they've done to support us, they haven't really been doing anything cool. But back in the day, like NES era, Konami. I would pick Konami all day. Capcom made great games, but it's tough, dude.
Yeah, I think looking at big picture, I think my answer is different than what I know. I think Capcom over time has been the better company.
Yeah.
But I would have to go just because of the games I like with Konami all day long, because Contra, Jackal, and then they moved in to, and there's plenty more. I'm just going with some highlights, but the whole Metal Gear series,
Yes,
the
that's
Silent
true.
Hill series, the Zone of Enders games. They had so much going on that was awesome. And I couldn't live without those games. I wouldn't want to live without the Capcom stuff, but I think I could.
Yeah, that's true, because like Mega Man obviously is one of their biggest.
Yeah.
And Mega Man's cool. I really like Mega Man 11.
Yep.
That game, when that came out, I was like, holy shit, Capcom's still fucking doing great shit. But I don't play Mega Man as much as I do those other franchises, and like. That's tough.
All the Turtles games.
Yeah, even the ones in Gen 6.
Yeah.
That's. I know nowadays, Konami's going head over heels into Yu-Gi-Oh! And
Yeah.
Bomberman and all this other shit that is fine. That's a tough one.
I really believe holistically Capcom's the better company, but Konami's where I would
like
go.
if you had to get rid of
Yeah.
one.
Yep,
I think I'd have to go with
Yeah.
Konami.
It's tough though.
It's really tough, and hopefully we'll see when Silent Hill comes out,
Yeah.
and hopefully they'll get it back, and then.
Yeah.
But I don't
Also,
know.
rumors just last week of Metal Gear Solid remakes. So I don't know.
Are you serious?
We'll see. We will see.
Dude.
Both of those are tall orders though. You mess those up, you're done. You're done.
Yeah, but Capcom did Resident
Yeah.
Evil.
Yeah.
And they.
It's a good opportunity.
Dude. Yeah, good luck. If they redid the first one.
Mhm.
Oh. But okay,
Just saying.
good freaking luck.
Yeah.
The last category of the monthly recap: monthly freaking highlights.
Yeah.
Obviously, Patreon, NFL playoffs, the Gaming Off the Grid, NFL playoffs.
So much fun.
Dude, it's so much fun, and I love how we kind of just picked a game this year.
Yeah. We're just sticking with Blitz all the way
Blitz,
through.
but
Different versions.
Different
Yeah.
versions. Because they're similar, but they're not. Different
Yeah.
rosters, different teams, and different controllers, different... It's been so much fun.
Yeah.
Even though I've been losing, I feel like I've been this close.
Yeah.
A lot of times. If I've only done this. If I've only... I can do that all day. It's just fun to play Blitz,
Yeah.
especially head-to-head.
I love how timeless those games are. I can honestly say, even just this year, I'm having as much fun playing Blitz as I ever have in my entire life. It was never more or less fun when I was a kid playing it in the arcades or in 64
Dude.
or today. It's such a good game.
You get done playing it and you go, should we do one more?
Yeah.
Like you go,
And it's like, we're done filming, we need to edit, and it's like, well, let's
yeah, let's just
play another one.
let's just play it for fun.
Yeah.
And it's just so
Yeah,
much
it's
fun,
great.
especially once you get it good enough where you can intercept or like you read plays, and then it's like, okay, I figured you out.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
I threw a little fake there. That's been so much fun. And then obviously the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
That's a yearly tradition that we did. That was so much fun. It was fun this year. 5 people.
Yeah.
That's the first time we had to have a 5
With the multi-tap on PS2.
Yeah, dude. I will say
It's
fucking rigged. So stupid.
win if you can, lose if you must.
Uh,
But always cheat.
Yeah.
Ric Flair.
So fucking dumb. But it's still fun. It's always fun, getting the crew together, playing games, and
Yeah.
it's so much fun cutting promos because we're
It
so
is.
stupid.
And it's also fun when you win the Royal Rumble with the Boogeyman. So in my gaming off the grid career,
Yeah, let's see who you.
I've won with Funaki. To me, that's better than winning with the Boogeyman.
I don't know, dude. Boogeyman winning the Royal Rumble. That means Boogeyman's going to WrestleMania.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
that means.
Too much fun.
And then obviously we beat the Punisher
Yep.
on OG Xbox. That was a big monthly
Which
highlight.
we did that in order to, because I don't know why we decided to play that one first, but our holy grail of the Punisher on the Genesis, but we're like, nope, we're gonna beat the Punisher on OG Xbox
That's because
we
we'd
got
already
that first.
We'd already started
Yeah.
it, you
Yeah.
know, and it's like let's just finish it because we knew how to play it.
Yeah.
So we'll hopefully by the end of February we got the
Punisher done.
Punisher
Jenny.
done.
Yeah.
2-player. Let's talk about this beer.
Yeah.
This is a Iowa brewery, single speed from Iowa City, Waterloo. Waterloo.
Yeah.
Misspoke. This is Tip the Cow, but it's a variant of Tip the Cow. Tip the Cow is like a really good milk stout.
Yep.
It's like a.
What are their staples?
I really like Tip the Cow.
Yeah.
It's like if you want like a nice simple milk stout, really good. So I saw these variants. They have a vanilla bean and then a mint one. So this is the vanilla bean. It's a cocoa espresso milk stout. Comes in at 6.2%. What do you think?
It's good. It's I would rather have the original. I think I'm not blown away by this variant. I was really excited about it.
Yeah, I was excited too because I saw it and I was like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't know. They're one of those breweries that I think has a standard that of like quality and excellence, and I figured this was going to be like more mind blowing and really like, dude, we should have got more than 1 6-pack or whatever.
It is. I mean, it's a nice easy drinker.
Yeah.
It's a nice. It's smooth. I don't get a lot of vanilla flavor, and it's called vanilla bean.
Yeah,
I get mostly roasted espresso.
Yeah, same
flavor.
here, same here.
But I get that's a very strong flavor.
Yeah, and I like it. The flavor profile is good, but it's just
But I was expecting vanilla.
Yeah.
I was expecting sweetness, and it's still decent,
Mm-hmm.
and it's still, I don't know, it's still good.
sucks because it's local, and I don't like casting these guys in a bad light because they're a great brewery.
Yeah, the original Tip the Cow is so good, and I will say the mint variant I like a lot because
Yeah.
I like minty things.
Yeah.
And I think that one is really good because it has a nice mint flavor.
And I do not like chocolate mint things, and I can also say that it's a really good stout.
Because it has a nice
Yeah.
minty yeah.
But the vanilla variant, hit or miss. Try it for yourself if you get a chance. But the brewery does have a lot of great offerings.
Yeah, they do. Single speed
So-
is really good.
Yeah,
Back in January.
it's in the bag. But
Wow.
at this point, all we can do is move forward and have another freaking great month. And that's going to be February of 2023. We got to get a lot of shit to get done, a lot of topics to cover.
Yes.
We're just going to keep plowing ahead. We hope you had an awesome January. But more than that, we hope you have an even better February 2023. We'll see you next time right here on the one and only Gaming Off the Grid. What was he thinking?
Whatever it is. People said it was
that-
okay.
When he was
Dude.
he was like
I think his ankle was giving out every time.
The gangster lean. Oh man, okay. You gotta stop thinking about that.